There's not a lot of phones that can impress me. I should say, there's not a lot of phones that can impress me more than the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. And to this date, there's very few phones that can actually do that still. But since I've been using the T-Mobile version of the iPhone 5, I've been extremely impressed. I've used the iPhone 5 on Verizon and Sprint and AT&T, and I wasn't impressed with the price plans, the pricing of the phone, which is all the same, but still, the T-Mobile variant is more affordable and easier to purchase when it comes to out-of-pocket. I wasn't impressed with the call reception, especially on Sprint, but Verizon's data speeds are just horrible where I'm located. So the T-Mobile variant seems to be the most impressive, I'll say, of the iPhone 5s on the market. One thing that the T-Mobile version has over the other ones is the HD calling. The call quality on the T-Mobile iPhone 5, if you're talking to someone with another iPhone 5 on T-Mobile, you're going to be really impressed. It is truly HD calling. Now, I think Sprint had introduced this a while back. I'm not sure, but I think they did. But I've had the Sprint iPhone 5, and I wasn't impressed. The T-Mobile version of the iPhone 5 with HD calling is very, very impressive. If you haven't tried it yet, find someone with an iPhone 5 on T-Mobile, and if you have one, give them a call. You'll be impressed and almost astounded by what the call sounds. The call sounds so clear, it's unreal. You would think they were talking on some superphone. Now, superphone, the iPhone's not. But the iPhone 5 on T-Mobile is extremely impressive. In fact, so impressive that I've actually stopped using many of my other devices, which I have many, and I've been using this one daily. My recent purchase of the Samsung Galaxy S4 was at best a letdown. And I know that's shocking here, but I wasn't impressed. It seems like Samsung has taken a turn to where they're just going to do a bunch of gimmicks instead of actually bringing something really nice to the table. The 5-inch screen, yes, it's impressive, but this 4-inch screen is much more pocketable. The design of this phone compared to the Galaxy S4 is much more impressive. Coming from a guy who loves his Samsung Galaxy Note 2, I know you're going to find that hard to understand. But the Galaxy Note 2 is in a whole nother class by itself. I've yet to find a device that can match that device in my opinion. But for daily use, the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 is a no-go. Even a guy like myself, 6'4", big hands, the Galaxy Note 2 can really be bothersome at times. I don't like to carry it around. But the answer to that is when T-Mobile finally released their version of the iPhone 5. With them selling more than 500,000 copies of this phone in a month, I would say there are plenty of other people that don't have a problem being called iSheep. Those little names and things like that doesn't really affect me in any kind of way because I like the quality of this device. The screen on this device is, what can I say, beautiful. The design of the device is impressive. The fact that people say Samsung copied T-Mobile, copied Apple, that's not really, it doesn't matter. Because good artists copy each other. So the front-facing camera on this thing is amazing. T-Mobile's 4G network is really good where I live, and LTE will be launching later this month, so I'll be sure to get some nice videos up of that. But just looking at this design of this phone, it's really impressive. I don't think you can go wrong. Apple has done a fantastic job selling millions of these phones, and I think they're going to do very well by taking on T-Mobile as another partner. T-Mobile is sure to sell more than 2 million of these by the time the year is out. They sold 500,000 or so in just 30 days. So that's really impressive. But living with an iPhone 5 as a daily driver, there's not really a lot of things I can pick out to complain about. The OS needs an update, yes, but overall, this device has not crashed on me, no reboots, no nothing. Unfortunately, my Samsung Galaxy S4, right out of the box, I began to have problems, thus creating a delay in me doing a full review, because I don't want to give it such a bad review. But the fact of the matter is, iOS is built very nicely. I've yet to have any problems with this daily. The battery life is just superb. And if you don't know, if you don't have an iPhone 5 and you're using a Samsung product at the moment, you should probably give it a try, or at least give it a thought. Because if this phone is on E, within 20 minutes of being on the charger, and you're not playing with it, just letting it sit, within 15 to 20 minutes, you'll have about 40% left back in your battery. This is one of the fastest charging phones I've ever seen. Compared to my Galaxy S4 and my Galaxy Note 2 and my Galaxy S3, I have to leave those on the charger overnight just to get a full charge. And once they do fully charge, at my Galaxy S4 was at about 30% at about 4 hours in my day. Very disappointed. This device lasts all day. Unbelievable. The battery is not a large battery, but Apple has found a way to really produce a great device. I used to really bash Apple back in the day, or I even have videos up on YouTube bashing Apple for their products. But the fact of the matter is, once again, they've built a really solid device, and there's not a lot of contenders. I don't match this phone against the Galaxy Note 2 because the Galaxy Note 2 is superior, in my opinion. This is just a cell phone. The Galaxy Note 2 is an all-around one, and it can do everything. And to the Galaxy Note 2 owners, be proud of your device, because you have a fantastic device. I've used the Galaxy Note 2 and the Galaxy Note 1 since the day of launch, and they are amazing. I've yet to find a device that can match those. The only downfall is after a month or so, I get overwhelmed by the size when I'm doing traveling. The battery life on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 far exceeds the iPhone 5, but the iPhone 5 still has my attention, and I never thought that Apple could keep my attention for that long. The camera on the iPhone 5 is another plus. It's gone up against some heavyweights, and it's able to pull out some stops. It's able to do it. So would I recommend the iPhone 5 on Sprint? No. Data speeds are horrible, reception is bad, and Sprint is, the price plan is not very good. Would I recommend it on Verizon? Of course not. Their price plans are horrible, and where I am in the ATX, it's very bad. Reception is horrible. Would I recommend it on AT&T over Sprint and Verizon? Yes, I would. But their price plans, once again, is horrible, and their service is just okay. I definitely would recommend the iPhone 5 on T-Mobile, obviously, because it's my carrier of choice. They have the best plans, no contracts, and what can I say? The HD calling and the quality of the reception where I live is fantastic. So living with the iPhone 5, is it hard? Sometimes it can be. When I want to share something, that's another downfall. The multitasking, another downfall. But overall, the iPhone 5 is still one of the top devices that I would recommend. What do you think? Is the iPhone 5 going to be around for a while? Sound off in the comments. Thumbs up, rate, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.